but this time last Monday, that's where I was at. And so Tuesday morning, I woke up with a fever, the throat was sore, and I finally had enough. So I call my coach, she gets me an appointment, I go to the doctor's office, and the nurse, first thing they ask, so on a pain scale from 1 to 10, where are you? And I was like, well, just sitting here like a 4, but when I swallow like a 9, and she gives you that look of, okay, like, she's thinking, oh, this girl's the biggest weenie I've ever met in my life. And so I'm just sitting there like, okay, maybe I'm overreacting, but they send the doctor in, and he does the same thing, like, so you're having some pain? And I'm like, yeah, I am. And so he puts a little tongue depressor in my mouth, pushes my tongue down, he sticks a little light in there, and he goes, oh, that is disgusting. And best thing to hear from a doctor, And he goes out into the hallway, and he's like, Judy, Teresa, come here, come look at this. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, I just don't think you all have probably ever seen anything like this before. And so they're all sitting there. My coach gets out her iPhone. She's trying to take a picture. And he goes, well, I think you have mono. And I'm going to send you over to the hospital, and you're going to get a blood test. I don't like needles, so I go over there. And, of course, I get the lady it's her very first day. And I'm her first patient, and she's trying to get my blood. And I'm sitting there the whole time going, I don't like needles. I don't like this. And not to be too graphic, she couldn't find the vein. And I could just feel her moving that needle in my arm. And so I just get this, I don't know why I did it, but I looked down, and that's all it took. My hearing started going out, and I could hear my coach going, EJ, are you okay? And I just remember going, I don't feel good at all. And I hear the doctors, and he's going, get it, go get her something, keep her talking. And so they're sitting there asking me about high school, and that was my Tuesday last week. So today I'm going to talk to you all about how to prevent colds and a sore throat so you don't ever have to be in that situation. Because passing out in the doctor's office is not fun, and your coach will put it on Twitter, and you'll remember it for the rest of your life. First of all, some things that you don't want to do, which I wish I would have listened, don't eat solid foods and pretend that you're not sick. Because I kept telling myself, I'm not sick, it's no big deal. So I'm at Wendy's eating some chicken nuggets, and it's hurting, but I'm just like, I have a game. I'm not sick. I'm not sick. And the next thing, don't play a basketball game or do any physical activity. If you have to take 3 Advil in the morning just to get out of bed, you probably shouldn't go run. And I just really wish I would have listened to that. Now, the secret tips, which some of them are not the best, but if you all have ever heard of Vicks Vapor Rub, it's like this, it smells like peppermint, and it's just strong, and the second you open it, you just feel it in your nose, and your sinuses open up, but it's this disgusting jelly-like stuff, and you just rub it all over, and I put a washcloth, because otherwise it gets all over your blankets, but I'm telling you, you put that stuff on for an hour, and you wake up, and you just feel like a new person. In my case, I waited too long to do that, but if you go early and you do that, I swear it will help. And if you're really having a sore throat or coughing, hot tea with lemon and honey, it's actually really gross. I can't stand tea. But when you're at the point where you just want to cry every time you swallow, that is something that really helps. And then they make these magical things called Chloraseptic throat drops. And you put it in your mouth, and you can't taste food for about 3 hours after you eat it, because everything is just numb. But it really does help. So if you ever get to that point where it's just nothing seems to be helping, that's what you need to do. And also get plenty of sleep and rest. And when you're at home, especially when you're at home with your parents, don't get up and make your own soup. Don't be like, I'm okay, I'm going to make some soup. Look at your parents, put your puppy eyes on, just be like, man, I really wish I could get up to make myself some soup. I'm so hungry. And then that mom instinct kicks in. She's like, oh, don't worry, I'll get it. And I'm telling you, it works every time. I didn't do anything last week. I had some food made for me. They brought me all my medicine. I'd be like, I'm a little thirsty, Mom. She'd go get me some water. It was awesome. Milkshakes galore. So always milk it whenever you're sick. So, in other words, always just don't pretend that you're not sick, because that always makes it worse. Always Google little like remedies, because you never know what you find, and most of them always help.